Welcome back, everyone. Let's play Roll the Waves 3 as Germany, episode number 42. It's 1916 and the Germans are just, this stereotype of German engineering. Come on, guys. We're just starting to figure out what an airplane is. So I guess we have an ability at this point to be able to actually start requesting designs. We'll see what the first one comes back like. Oh, thank goodness. I was a little worried that maybe we would just be stuck in, there are some like alternate histories where they examine, what happens if there was no such thing as aircraft? Because it's kind of cool to have battleships, and, we will see in this game even. This game is pretty cool. But yeah, so we'll see that battleships will eventually go away, aircraft carriers dominate, and then Tortuga loses his mind because I really don't like the UI for carrier battles. In any case, we have underway the Oktoberfest. We got our third one out for it. I'm not saying that it's necessarily my favorite ship ever, but it's good. It's definitely going to get the job done. I think that I would like to build a better one, but at some point around the 1920s, we'll have to start making the full pivot to aircraft. So that's exciting. Still have a good budget. Improved director. See, I feel like we're way ahead on fire control. Improved director, I guess it's more or less right now. Improved firefighting, that would be great too. Unit machinery. Unit machinery. What the heck is unit machinery? What the heck is unit machinery? Reduces damage from engine hits. Is this the one where you build redundancy in? I think it's where you spread out the different parts of the engine so that you don't... But I don't remember. I think that's it. But in any case, whatever the actual mechanic is, the physical mechanic, the game mechanic is that it'll be reduced effect on engine hits. But I think it's you spread the engine components out a little bit so that one hit in an area doesn't wipe out everything. It's like redundancy. It's not redundancy because it's really still you're impacting part of the engine, but not as much of it. Okay. We do have the budget. I just gotta go back to this almanac. Gotta keep looking at what everyone else is doing. There's this whole like concept of whether or not you're leading the pack. This happens in tech. So I'm in tech, and people talk about leading the pack and all that, being the front runner on different things and not examining the competition, but you pave your own way and all that. But no, we're definitely not doing that. We're looking at the competition. I guess that's because Great Britain is paving the way, but we're not even going to be trying to compare ourselves to them. In fact, this is just insane. France, excuse me? How do they have a better budget than us? Are they like on the brink of war? No, in fact, our tensions are much higher than the French tensions. This is our tensions, their tensions. It's not clear why they have such a high budget after we defeated them and took all their stuff. But I wouldn't mind going back to war with them, so if that's what has to happen, then so be it. Oh, we collided with an ocean liner. An ill judgment. How do you collide with an ocean liner in an ill-judged maneuver? Everyone knows merchant captains can't tell starboards from portside. We will support our man. Lose prestige for that. Or we cashier him. I guess I don't really care about the prestige. Can I view this? They have view almanac, they have view relations. I'd like to view this particular person, but we cannot. Okay. Yeah, I don't really need the prestige. Let's keep him around. Oh, goodness, increased elevation, that's fantastic. Unfortunately, well, I guess the good news is we can refit our ships with it. And probably we should start doing so. 1908, it's 1917. In fact, the Blitzstrakas are just like perfectly aligned to get these improvements immediately. Are you no longer allowed? I mean, have you ever been allowed to increase the elevation of turrets? I thought this is something you could... Did I read that log wrong? Did we get... This is 1890. This is just foreign reports. It'd be nice if you could see a log of the things that happened to you. Maybe that's a log that we should have access to. History? No, that's not quite what I want. Okay, research. I can just go here. Did we get improved? We did. The heck? So I guess you can no longer refit ships with increased elevation? I feel like if you rebuild a turret, which is what I thought changing the guns basically is, that you would, because you can change the armor of it, which means the turret's being changed. Huh. Anyway, I'm not sure why. Maybe it has to wait a month for it to sink in that we have it. Like this is 1665, and if I go up, it's 30,000, but it doesn't unlock this. I wonder, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe you can't redo it. And actually, we're getting towards our budget max, so. We bumped into the Kaiser at a recent opera performance. They hit it off. He wants this guy to command the newest Vatsarok currently. He's average and a music lover. I don't know what a music lover is going to do. Is that the same thing we keep getting, that they're doing band practice and our group performance suffers? Hep to pool. What does that mean? A petty intrigue is worthy of an opera itself. I will not have points to interfere with. You kind of I mean, look, I've been technically, who knows if it's me still or like my successor at this point, because I've, in theory, been the, what is my position? I mean, Secretary of the Navy, whatever that is. Whatever, I mean, I guess whatever Tirpitz was. Anyway, we've been in this position for almost 30 years now. You kind of imagine this person would be very curmudgeonly at this point. I'm not going to take it from it. And who knows if it's the same Kaiser. It's just some young upstart Kaiser. Ha. Guess we still have to bend the knee, but, oh gosh. I think I'll just assign him as aide. I don't really know. Okay, we have weight, 1%. We had the girders stuff is 1% weight decrease for hull. Depth charges, that's good. So I've heard, at least. Might help with submarines. Gradual increase in high explosive shell damage. We have quality negative 118-inch guns. Thank God. I mean, thank God we're doing something with this research money. We spend enough of it. Alright, I do feel like we're getting a little bit close, so let me go back to the almanac and actually just... I basically panicked. Not panicked, but I freaked out when I saw the French naval budget above us. But let's take a reasonable stock of things. And this is, as typical... France has rebuilt an insanely good navy because we defeated their navy so soundly. It's just the way it works in this game. Maybe it's the way it works in real life. I don't know. I kind of doubt it. But let's see. We can use them as a good barometer, I think. So we're pretty much on par. I mean, look at that. We're quite on par in dreadnoughts. We're a little bit behind in battle cruisers. We are dominating them in pre-Dreadnought battleships, though. Dominating. I mean, infinitely better. Whereas probably most people are just scrapping theirs at this point. We have 10 to their 1 armored cruisers. I mean, this is heavy cruisers at this point, even though our 10 probably are better labeled armored cruisers. 39 to 22, which means blockade points are a go. You can see that because the tonnage is actually identical. Destroyers. Considering the attrition for my destroyers is very mysteriously, nobody can understand or explain why. But the attrition rate for my destroyers is very high, so I think we probably need to increase our buffer a little bit more. And let's just take a look at what we've designed recently, which we can do by sorting the open design ship. But I can just go to build and see show show older designs. Let's sort by year. Okay, so we very recently got the Coddy, and can I open this design? This is 2 5-inch with 6 above, that's 3 triples, I guess. 12 mines. It's only 1,100. How cheap, or I guess expensive, or what? What's the cost of this guy? 320 to build. 4,200 all told. Because we really do need to occupy this ship capacity. I mean, we need to build some more things. Shipyard wants to. It's hungry. Yeah, this is actually nice. So it is 5 ASW, but I think what we should do is let's go open that design. Well, effectively, let's open the design. Familiarize ourselves with it. Oh yeah, man, even if we built this right now just because of the tech upgrades that have happened in the last year or two, I guess, we already have 23 weight remaining, which means that depth charge throwers, well, we can just do this at least. Ah, good. So that would take us, that would be too much. I feel like this is a very good destroyer, though. I'm happy we built this. Hopefully we built a ton of them. So this does give us that extra ASW value, and I think that that's worth getting. Where would we make the sacrifice on? Yeah, we'll take that down to 160. And then she's a go. Now, once again, she's going to be short range, but, that's just kind of the way. These destroyers are so, I mean, I was going to say disposable, but that's not the way Tortuga thinks. Of course, he thinks that they're so valuable, but for some reason, again, a mystery, they do end up sinking pretty quickly in these battles. And until we get to the bottom of that, the root cause, we're going to just try to build these things a little bit cheaper. So I think squeezing this in at 1,100, even though we have a little bit of extra tonnage we probably could spend, seems to me like a good idea. And I think that this is fine. 6 torpedoes, I would like more, but we're getting good value out of this thing. We will not name it the Coddy. I'll get a name. Okay, got the Schnellhunga. Supposedly means fast boy. I mean, I just took that from the notes. Trust that it's okay. Oh, fire control. It would make them so much. We're going to have to rethink this. It will make them so much. I think it's actually worth going up one. It just makes them so much more accurate. Compared to other destroyers, they'll start winning those battles. Definitely not going to get anything more out of that. We're maxed at 12 there. Let me go back to that again. We're 13 shy, you say. Which is actually only 11 shy, which is actually... Okay, insane. 150, 160 doesn't make a difference. Or does it make a difference? Okay, there it makes a difference. 160 is the limit. Because we can get this if we just drop this down to 1 mine, which is kind of funny. You have exactly 1 mine. We could switch this up and do minesweeping gear instead, in which case we wouldn't even want the extra depth charges, but I don't think that's what I want to do. I'd rather have corvettes as my minesweepers. And I think we really do need a whole buttload of minesweeping corvettes. I'm not really happy with the rate we're hitting mines, because anything more than 0 is unacceptable. Yeah, this is pretty good if we can just suffer with just 1 mine. It's comical, by the way, that we can even add 1 mine. It should probably be minimum of 2. But it just goes to show you that, it doesn't take into account the fact that there's mine-laying equipment that would be mine storage, all this stuff. I mean, you can't just put 1 in. There's a big burden to put 1. And then that, it's kind of amortize the additional mines after that are cheaper. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and save it. I will build it. We really still have the budget to build more than this, though. Wow, we've discovered there's such a thing as amphibious invasions. Germans are really coming along. All right, West Africa base capacity is up to 132. That's great. I don't need to, since nothing has really happened in the last turn and it's only been 1 month, I'm just going to assume the technology is all the same. I'm not, for once, going to double check the design screen, see if the free tonnage has changed at all. Getting 8 of these still won't knock us under our budgets. We can build 10 and we still won't knock us under our budget. That's a great sign. Well, hell, I think that I like them enough to go ahead and order 12. Which still doesn't knock us under our budget. Which is just awesome. So we get 12 more of those. I think that's a good start. Not relations. Almanac. Again, we'll just see how we're matching up against the super high-powered French Navy. Yeah, they have 13 that they're building, actually. So even with the additional 12 that we're getting, we'll be behind them. But we're on par. I think if we're on par, then it's not that we're behind at that point. We may choose to build more destroyers if we want to focus there, but it's not like we need to. Sometimes you're so far behind, it's like a sign that, yeah, you really should build more of that type of ship. I don't think that we are that way in anything. Again, the only thing I would like to do is when can we actually start building? We can build seaplane carriers. I wish I knew this, because I think it would affect things. Does building a seaplane carrier affect your rate of research? In my opinion, it should. I think that's kind of obvious, but I don't think it does. Like, hey, you built something. That probably took you probably had to develop a lot of skills to do that. But I don't think they're transferable to other aircraft-related research in this game. Just a game mechanic, which is also fine. It's a simple one. Okay, I keep going back to the almanac. I'm trying to figure out what is our next ship to build. Battle cruisers is, it's a potential theory. Well, let's go ahead and sneak out our Corvette design, because that's like something we're going to want anyway. Okay, just auto-design some crap for me. Wow, that was really crap. Don't auto-design that again. What's the tonnage limit? 700, I think? 600? 900, okay. Are they going to give me something 900? Wow. You overdid it. Let's go down to 3-inch guns, 4 aft, that's fine. Let's take off the armor altogether for the moment. We might go back on that. Colonial service, this might be the one situation where it is worth doing that. How much does it take? It's 200. My God, it's very expensive. And we do have the additional storage, but we're going to go with minesweeping on this one. Okay, the increased DC storage does give us that extra point. We can't put mines on corvettes, right? We can? We have secondary guns in this? That's a mistake. Huh. Turbines will... Wait. Well, yes, I think that will go to turbines. Let's just look at the total cost, though. 1704. 17, yeah, that's an acceptably small amount of changing cost. Also, you're going too fast. All right, 19 is a breakpoint. I think we'll stick with it. 18 gives us no benefit. 17 will. I think 17 might also be a breakpoint. It is. Very strange that it doesn't increase the weight at all to go 17 versus 16 or 19 versus 18. These are not designed to be quick. Just don't need them to be quick at all. So we'll save all of their tonnage that is being used for... Yeah, we'll do colonial service in that case because we have the tonnage for it. I mean, we do have... But the crew complement only goes up by 1. I think it's fine. We'll do 19. It's not that, again, not that we need these things to be good at all. They're only supposed to do this. But they're going to do this well. And then the cheaper they are in every other aspect, the better. So do 1. Wow. Okay, it actually is expensive. We'll take the 17 back. Okay, we're still 19 away from getting this, so maybe we just don't have... I think you have to have 1 inch for both. If you're going to use either. And I just might not use either then. Although it's kind of funny that you can actually win gun duels with at least early game destroyers. I think at this point we already passed that as a potential. And they're going to complain about ships fitted for colonial service must have displacement of these 1,500 tons. Oh, heck no. In which case, bring on the armor, I guess. Alright, 2. This is crazy. This is crazy. Just don't care about the fire control, though. So this is 12 months, 203 per month. I don't know, it's a little bit more expensive than it was going to be. I think we'll take it at 19 knots then. We have the tonnage available. Yeah. Alright. Go up to 200. And 10. Yeah. Alright. We'll just leave this as the Osnabrück. Don't care. Design that. Get a ton of those guys. Alright, 14-inch guns. I'm okay with that. Alright, look at the French are just rubbing it in our face at this point. Firepower 2, top speed of 106. Now, to German, in this game, we laugh at that. Aircraft, what is that? That's just some magical thing that we're sure won't take off. Get it? It was a double pun. Anyway. Yeah, this is what I was afraid of. The French are starting to build, like, better battleships. 12 15-inch guns. Four-sided, I mean, all 4 guns are a broadside. The only good news about this is that only 2 of them are, well, they only have one. You know, the 2 middle ones aren't going to be doing anything forward and aft. They're only broadside. Another weird thing is they went very weird numbers with their armor. Okay, superimposed on heavy cruisers is not yet a thing. Aircraft bombing of ships. We can actually bomb ships with light bombs now. Improved seaplane carriers, larger seaplane carriers, but maybe now's the opportunity. Okay, our first fighter prototypes have come back. We have max speed 103, 108, cruise speed 66. Range is, I mean, the bottom one seems to be like in every way better. Is there any reason why? Okay, toughness is the only reason. But in every other way it's better, so we're just going to pick it. Dornier wins the first contract. Congratulations. The head of naval aviation wishes to bring your attention that we can now develop floatplane scouts. Should we request tenders for a new prototype? Yes. Oh, okay, so they really want us to develop this. Okay, got it. We want the top thing to be probably speed and then range. It might need to be range and then speed. Somebody made a good point about reliability and just like yeah. It's probably true that you want reliability as a, I mean, it could be a priority. For our fighters, we chose not to do it, which means that it's, the person commented about this, we're probably going to have more crashes during landing and all that. I'm not sure why, by the way, reliability is that what it means? Does reliability, I guess in this game it is abstracted that way, because I think it's true that reliability impacts the landing ability. That seems to be, that's partly an aircraft thing. It seems to be almost partly toughness, though. I don't know. Just leave that to comment section. I haven't stopped and thought about it intelligently enough. The Navy Minister wants to look at our Osnabrück? Of course. It's top secret, that Corvette, that thing that's definitely not supposed to see combat. Alright, I'll just go to the build screen. I really wouldn't even care if there was a technological improvement. It's not the point of this thing. Alright, you thought that 12 was enough, but in fact, it's not. Now we finally have a negative budget, but this budget is also going to clear itself up in less than a year. So, not to worry. Increases endurance. Superimposed I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We know how to do superimposed turrets on a destroyer, but not on a heavy cruiser? Huh. The Germans, who knew? They're just so backwards. Everything about them is backwards. Ah. We can do it on a dreadnought. We can do it on a destroyer. The stuff in the middle, you know, that's where it gets difficult. It's like, what? If you can do it on the edge cases, shouldn't the middle ones be the easiest? Oh, brother. Oh, I don't know who we got researching here. They're not representing us well, though, whoever they are. At least with the budget negative, I don't have to worry about our money being taken away. Oh yeah, definitely make French agents a national hero. Okay, we have inclined belt. That's great. I would have used that even for the... I mean, I really would have used that for the corvettes. That would have been great for the corvettes. I think what we might do is go with a... I mean, okay, what kind of... These battleships, these old battleships we have... Are we able to... Okay, you know what? That's what we're going to do. We're going to do a seaplane tender. We're just going to do one, just for fun. Three-inch guns. I mean, you might as well just not have any guns if they're 4-inch. I mean, 3-inch as well. Climb belt, I still like that. Basically trades off a little bit of your belt coverage for increased effectiveness. There will be a small risk that shells are deflected into the torpedo defense. I did not realize that. I thought that there was a small risk that there would be a chance they were deflected into the deck. But I guess that makes sense, because it's inclined the other way, you ding-dong. Into the torpedo belts, huh? I always thought that this was increasing the chances of, like the belt coverage didn't go as high or something, so the deck was more likely to be hit. Maybe I'm thinking of sloped deck? I don't know. Well, still with 2 and 1's fine. These things are just supposed to be small. But now we get to the fun part. We can actually look at aircraft. This thing is going to house 5 aircraft. By the way, aircraft that we don't yet know how to build. We're still designing them. but when they come out, we'll be ready. I guess these things should be fast, but 27 seems a little bit unnecessary. I'd rather go down to 26. That seems to be a good spot. I think we're just going to build this thing kind of glass cannon-ish. If she gets hit, then that's that. Actually give her torpedo defense, which, okay, fine. Wouldn't I rather just cut down the... I'll take her at 4,700. How much would it be, though, to get another aircraft? Not too much. Yeah, we'll take it at 5,000, take the 6th aircraft. Hopefully we can deploy these things quickly. We only have 1 catapult. Although... Do we have... Damn it. Wait. Okay, we're not building... It's not surprising that we haven't built catapults yet. I mean, even seaplane catapults. You know, we're not talking about the catapults on like an aircraft carrier. So we'd have to lower these things into the water and they'll have to take off from there. Which is pretty bad. I still want to build one, but let's just keep passing time. Better torpedoes. Setback and shell dies, which, okay, we got better invasion capabilities. Yeah, I think all our base expansions have helped us a great deal. We shouldn't have to worry about base capacity anymore. We're at 132 in West Africa, 70 in Indian Ocean. Still, I mean, we're at 132 in West Africa. It's pretty high. Look at Northeast Asia is only 200 itself. The Caribbean, I think, is this one still being built? We'll go back over to the Caribbean and see if it's still being built, because that one, if it's not being built up currently, but I think it is, If it isn't, we should revisit that and maybe expand it. I think we will. Whole basing cost of your ships in the area. Yeah, we're at 9 out of 20 in the Caribbean. We probably don't even have anything really there. 80 in the South Pacific. Southern Africa was intentionally not going to be a big deal, so it being at 20 is fine. And then the Baltic, we have enough. I mean, more than Northern Europe, which, is a little bit weird, but it's an infinite number anyway. We're not expected to get to that. Probably can't get to that, even if all our ships, we could build every ship we could possibly build and cram them all into one spot. But we are going to have some new ships rolling out, and those are going to need a place to go. Still a little disappointed that our budget is behind the French. Okay, better range is on the bottom. Probably is the one we're going to have to take, the Messerschmitt. Its maneuvering is not great. Its toughness is bad. The top one, I mean, this is actually a good list of aircraft, man. You have different, truly a nice trade-off. We have 115 in range here, which is really good, but then that one also has the lowest maneuvering and toughness. The middle one is the fastest, which is good. It's kind of good. It's usually good that your planes get there faster, but there is something to be said about the fact that this range is how you get there at this speed, which means that sometimes going back slower means you end up getting a little bit different information on your way back as you do on the way forward, just because things have happened because you move slowly enough that it takes a long time to make the return. I think we're going with the bottom one. The toughness is not great. But the main thing is we don't know reliability anyway. Okay, on the other hand, the slowest one is the top, but it does have the medium rate. But this range is good. I think we got to go with this one. Range is going to be important. And Heinkel's decided that because we didn't choose theirs, I assume we didn't choose theirs. Yeah, we went with the Messerschmitt. They want to offer us something which is in... Wait. Okay, it's not as good of range. We can get both though. Why not invest in both? It's only 480. We'll see which one has better reliability. Probably both of them will be low, and we won't really be able to tell the number under the hood. Head of naval aviation. Do we need naval patrol aircraft? Yeah, okay, we'll do that next. So how about range and reliability on this one? Okay, better ASW. Yeah, we did have a base expansion project going on in the Caribbean. It's done now. So this is good, this is good. That's fine. I think we'll set amphibious operations to low. I don't really see this being super useful. We are already within striking range of the British. I mean, there's so many if we actually go to war with the British, we'll have so many choices. It won't matter. So the only thing we really need to be interested in is, are we close to getting into range of a non-British possession by increasing it a little bit more? And the answer is we already have the French. So the answer is no, I guess. Simply no. Santo Domingo is close enough to Pointe-à-Pitre, which means we can do an invasion there. Yeah, there's nothing we would really want to invade. Got nothing. So I am going to turn that on to low. I mean, we have a few good technologies we've already developed in that. Back up to positive budget. Yeah, I think we'll go with prestige and tension. Improve firefighting equipment. Oh, there we go. They decided, hey, if we can do it on a Dreadnought, we can do it on a destroyer. Maybe we can indeed do it on a heavy cruiser. But I think that might be the trigger for me to develop. Look at, I mean, I don't think it's a good idea. I want to do it. I really want to do it for personal, selfish reasons. I actually really like building heavy cruisers. The design aspect of heavy cruisers is pretty cool. Why is that? Because I guess Dreadnoughts it's a little easier to build them because you don't really need to worry about speed if you're the biggest, baddest guy on the sea. But heavy cruisers, you have this real fun little min-max puzzle that you have to be fast enough to run away from something. You're not going to be like, even battle cruisers are surely going to be faster than Dreadnoughts. Well, I mean, I guess that's not universally true, but in general, are going to be that, whatever speed you put in a battle cruiser, you expect they're going to be the fastest thing at that speed. But heavy cruisers, yeah, it's an actual question. Whether or not you want to build them a little cheaper and have them less able to run away because you don't want to, you expect maybe if they get lost anyways, you might as well just take less losses, less monetary losses. So here we are back in the Almanac, checking it out. Still not sure. Well, let's at least design one, and then probably I'll call the video to a close there. Ugh. Come on, take another crack at that one? Okay, this is a better starting point. 29, it's fast, jeez. Pretty good job on this one. By the way, thank you to Guardsman Gary who explained what the all or nothing is good about. You can put extended, but it's not as effective, so let me see if I got this right. The main benefit of the all or nothing is that it's supposed to more heavily protect the central part of the ship where a lot of the important stuff is, but it also adds a lot of, a lot of its flotation is centered in that area as well, which means you're not actually as concerned about the extended area being hit and penetrated. There won't be as much flooding. Pretty expensive to do unit machinery on this, but you would probably want it if it's going to be going up against battle cruisers. No reason we can't, I don't think there's any reason why we couldn't just add make it a little bit larger, a little bit bigger, so we can get the unit machinery. I don't know if I'm going to play with, oh my gosh, it's 500 tons just to get one knot less. Maybe 28 is all we need. I'd rather have 2 on the deck. I don't really care about the conning tower. I mean, if we're going to armor our secondary guns, they might as well be at 2. Don't have improved director yet. It'll come out any moment now. Can we build double? No, not yet. I mean, we can, but... yeah, we do want some torpedo protection. Honestly, we'd rather get 2. And more secondaries. We're starting to get there, though. I think I'm liking the looks of this. I haven't even questioned the gun and the quality. 10-inch gun seems okay to me. Although I will say it also does seem a little bit big for an armored cruiser, or heavy cruiser. Yeah, we really need that technology which allows triple turrets. That would be great. I think that's really going to be what allows us to excel. Go ahead, by all means, buy the triple bottom at Italy. Oh man, I just don't think so. Okay, wait, what are we building right now? That's right, we're building R3. International Disarmament Conference would be fun to do, but let's wait a little bit. Early air-launched torpedoes. Well, all this is just happening so fast for us Germans. Yeah, we'll develop them. Torpedo bombers. Could do speed, but I think maybe toughness is better. Toughness and range. What? Why do we have our? Why are our guys keep getting caught in France? Airships. Oh my gosh. Okay, Focke-Wulf has a new fighter. Let's figure this. Let's see if this one's better. In fact, no. Except for in toughness, it's pretty much in every way worse. 640 for this thing. We got the money for it. I think I'm not going to take it though. This is pretty unusual, but I think that it's just almost strictly worse. Oh, okay. Now we have a new area of research, anti-aircraft. Well, if you have aircraft, you need anti-aircraft. Okay, another... Well, we don't have any naval airplane. I mean, we don't have any float planes. Not float planes. We don't have any, whatever these things are, Catalinas. And these actually have bombs. So, yeah, we'll take it. Budget is really high again, so that means we do it once again. We have the means to build something new. Spain and Italy. I would really love to go after that alliance. Average, well-connected, gunnery expert. Okay. Oh my gosh, we have quadruple torpedo mounts. I'm pretty sure we skipped triples. Double? No, we didn't. We had them. Why didn't I use triples then? Or for torpedo mounts, it may not matter actually. I think that 2 triples is the same as 3 doubles. Is that correct? We could find out. Oh yeah, people, this is something that I should point out because it's a correct comment. We could turn off our training priorities and then we could raise them again when we get closer to... I mean, let's do it. So when we think we're starting to get close to war, we need to reactivate our doctrine. This will just save us a lot of money. Enough money that we can, for example, go off and design a new ship. What I'd like to do is get this seaplane tender. We gotta build one, you know, we just gotta build one. Get it out there. What's different? Okay, 26 is fine. We got 6 of these. We don't have a catapult because we don't have that technology. We probably don't even need 6 because it's going to take a long time to lower 6 into the water. We'll probably have the 5th one back by the time the 6th one can go. So I think what I really want to do is maybe even just lower that. And then we can drop the cost. It's pretty good. 4,600. This thing is still going to be 15,000 to build. 17 months at 900. That's pretty damn expensive. for POS. This is very strange. I'm trying to think what. So we have 6 guns, 4-gun broadside. Do we really? Are we gonna do any fighting with this thing? 3-inch guns, 4-inch guns, it's not gonna be effective at all. Well, the ammunition's cheaper at least when we take the caliber down. Okay. 180. You know what? I think we're just gonna roll with this. Let me go grab a name. I don't have any idea what this is, but it looks fancy. So we'll take out the whatever that is. Oh, it has torpedo defense. I was like, what? There was something I couldn't figure out about this. Like, what? I was trying to remember something to do with this thing before we completed it. Yeah, I do think torpedo defense is still worth doing. We could probably even give this thing unit machinery so it can run away better. Oh yeah, it's so close to doing that we just dropped this by 10. We're fine. That's probably worth doing. Yeah, I think we're good to go here then. I don't think... It does have ASW value 1. Honestly, I think the ASW value of these things should be like way higher. And maybe it is, but like per airplane it should add like 2. So this thing should be 11, in my opinion. Where's that number? There. Anyway, save. I know, I'll have to stop. This thing is just basically... It's like really, it's a mobile aircraft. I mean, it's a mobile airfield. I mean, it'll be immobile when it launches and recovers, but it's otherwise a mobile airfield. And you know what? Look at that. We're out of time. How the hell do we get this huge amount of... We're going to have to build a big ship. I don't know what it is, but we'll save it for next time. Until then, thanks for watching. Stay safe and take care.